guys, how's it going? It's Non here, and today I'm here with a friend of mine named Rico.
Rico, what's up, guys?
I've known for a really long time. So, why don't you introduce yourself, Rico, and tell us what is it that you are super passionate about?
Hey guys, so my name is Rico, and what I'm passionate about is spreading a positive message and being the best version of myself, and somehow pushing that message to others to be the best versions of themselves. So yeah, thanks for having me on the podcast, or virtual.
Well, video. Yeah, so today's topic, what I want to talk about is this idea of seeking discomfort and seeking rejection, leaving your comfort zone so that you can be greater. And the reason why I want you here today is because I think that for me, you've mastered the ability to do that. So tell us, why should we seek discomfort?
Wow, it's very subjective, but when you find yourself on the other side of fear, that is when so much potential growth can happen. And it's only a matter of jumping over the ledge or jumping over the fence scenario to get to that situation. And if you don't, and you bury your conscience in the comfortability of time, and you don't try to go over that ledge, then you'll never know the possibilities on the other side. And I can tell you, it is so rewarding when you get there.
Wow, that's so powerful. So
somebody was just calling me. I was like, oh.
So fear is something that if you can overcome it, you would grow and become more and more better version. You're saying.
Yeah, that's right. Like, a lot of people are scared to try things, and they'll never know until they try. And, people are scared of failure. People are scared of the embarrassment and judgment of others. And until you actually try for yourself, then you'll discover how amazing it really is.
So before we get deeper into that, I want to go back in time a little bit and ask you, when you were younger, how did anxiety and fear affected you, and what changed?
Well, I was always filled with a lot of anxiety and scared of others' judgments and such, because I was always conditioned by traditional media's values of such. You have to look a certain way, act a certain way. And I come to realization that I just want to be me, and being me is doing certain things that makes me happy, and I don't care of others' judgments. And until I found that, that me conscience, then other people's judgments and all those things doesn't affect me anymore. So there's a quote, famous quote: "When there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do no harm."
Wow, that's really powerful, But with all of that, what was the thing that really motivated you? Because so many of us have fear, but not everyone takes action. What was the fire that?
The fire. Oh shit. Yeah. Well, I guess this is a positive thing. So before we get into that question, that answer, I want to show you guys something awesome. So I'm wearing all black, as you can see, but I'm going to show you a cool magic trick. Ready? My shirt's gray. I'm going to turn around. Now it's purple.
Oh, what? That's crazy.
So just a
that is great. Yeah. Oh, I like that, man. That's a really, wow.
So as back to the question, the fire, how did I find the fire? Well, I was growing up and I was conditioned to think a certain way, and I figured out why am I thinking this way? You're comparing to others, you're judging, judgment, and the society is really structuring people's mindsets at such a young age, and conditioning people to think a certain way. And like happiness, like example, happiness, you can't have happiness until you have certain materialistic items or certain things. But the thing is, happiness is within our brain already. It's already there. You just have to summon it. So when I facing all these anxieties and the fire, like I just wanted to be me at the best possible version of me. And because I saw all these insecurities and such, it was such a significant flaw that I noticed at such a young age. And then I decided to tackle these flaws, and I tackled them slowly, and I made micro decisions and steps in facing it. And I thank myself then for facing those micro decision steps, because if I didn't, then it would be a huge obstacle right now. And a lot of us don't go out and face these micro steps. You know, these could be little things, just building up to the big thing. And you got to create it. You got to go out and do it. Because if you don't do it now, then it's going to be a big obstacle later on. And it's definitely a way to self-development. So.
Okay, so at a young age, you realize many things about happiness, about society, about, you know, becoming your greatest version. And what you did was take action and got you to where you are today.
Yeah,
when
that's
you
right.
were younger, were there moments where, before you realized all this, were there moments where fear stopped you, where anxiety stopped you, and you just had to?
Yeah, definitely. Fear, rejection, all that kind of stuff stops me. Like, I will just, you know, get into a small ball and just kind of cradle up into the corner kind of thing. And then I'll eventually summon the courage to go out and face those things again. And it's just a matter of creating those micro steps, and that will lead to the thing, you know. Sometimes you can't take a large step, but you can take micro steps forward as long as you're going forward and just keep going. And yeah.
Yeah, so set that quote by Lao Tzu, it doesn't matter how slow you go as long as you don't stop.
Yeah.
And just take small incremental, you know, changes and become better that way. And eventually they add up.
Yep.
That's really awesome. Because I think too, it's so difficult too when you have the anxiety, because, you know, the other time me and you went out and I had a lot of anxiety, but then you kept pushing, and what I realized is when you do it, guess what? The fear disappears and you feel good. Like you were so happy that you did it.
Yeah, that's a pretty amazing time. For those who don't know, we went out on Christmas and Yon was giving out cards to strangers. He doesn't know them, and they didn't expect it coming. And definitely jumping out of your comfort zone regarding to social interaction.
Yeah, it has. And like looking at you now, I feel like you are so confident, and you go out and you can talk to anyone and, you know, add value to others and spread positivity. And I think that's good, because for me, it's like when you surround yourself with people who are on that path, it's easier for you to do it.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. And
so,
yep.
Oh, you go first.
Yeah, I was just talking about how rejection topic. You said, you know, a lot of people dwell on rejection. You know, you can either dwell on it for the rest of your life, or you can take action right now, the moment of time right now, and learn by it. It can give you perspective if you wanted to explore it, and if you're open. You're really open for it, open to that rejection, there's so much potential of self-development after. And it's just a matter of choice.
I really like that. Choosing to take action even with the risk of rejection.
Yeah.
So speaking of rejection, tell us, what was the worst rejection that you ever faced?
Oh shit. I don't really know. I don't really think, like, my mind doesn't work in a way where I'm thinking about bad things. So I don't really know, man. I can't really answer that.
Wow.
Yeah, like
So for you, like all of the negative interaction, you kind of forget about it, and you just focus on the good
as
things.
I said, I don't really dwell on negative energy and like negative stuff. Like
Wow, that's
I don't take it personal if I'm doing some like example, if I'm going out to do a social interaction video for my YouTube channel and I get a really
yeah,
reaction, I don't take it personal. It's just because a lot of times if people are negative towards you, like verbal or abusive or some kind of negativity, it's usually it's usually a reflection of their own personal circumstances and their own character.
yeah, and I think that's such a powerful thing because a lot of times when we suffer, we give that to others. When we're happy, we give that to others, and a lot of the times when people are really negative or they are even abusive, it's coming from the suffering they have inside. Because like we are our worst critics, right? We're always harsh on ourselves more than others. And if they're already harsh on others like that, imagine what they say to themselves.
Wow.
And I think, it's not about judgment, but it's about understanding that and having empathy and compassion.
That's good. Like judgment is a thing that it's kind of hard to avoid. We all judge all the time, but I feel like just to be happy as a person, as an individual, just not to judge others. Like you really got to concentrate on perspective because you just don't know. Everybody's going through their own shit, so just kind of just be nice,
Yeah, you don't know who's like on the brink of committing suicide, right?
Yeah, so I don't.
So
Mm,
be kind to others. Don't take it personally. So if someone wants to start going on this path to become better, to overcome social anxiety, to be able to face rejection, what would you say the first steps would be?
Well, the previous questions, I just saw this quote. The greatest thing you can do for another human being is try to relieve their mental anguish. So if you see somebody in need or somebody's going through something, give them a helping hand because that could help them in so many ways you don't even know. It's been proving that a lot of mental anguish is more severe than physical pain. So you really got to help each other out, connect with everybody else because nobody really connects these days. We connect through digital media and that kind of stuff, but human connection it's not really there. Like it's example, if you go up to a person in the street, like a girl, and you interacted with her physically, you did something, she'll remember you a lot more than the thousands of guys on Tinder, example, because there's no physical interaction. So back to the main topic is interacting with your fellow man. So it's fellow human, it's definitely a plus to do that. But back to the original question, going out and facing where to start? Well, everybody is on a different journey. Everybody is on a different story, a different hill. So it's just a matter of taking those micro steps, as I said before, and making your way up. And it's basically less talking, more action, hey?
But yeah, I like that. And I like how before you were talking about how we have everything already, like happiness and all of that, but we need to summon it.
And you can release it. And if you really remove people's judgments and comparison and just the media's conditioning of the mind of what is happiness, then you have it. It's already in your head. So
in other words, you're going to summon it like Yu-Gi-Oh! That's what you're saying.
You freaking pull that trump card out. What's the Monster Reborn? I don't know. I don't even know.
Monster Reborn.
Monster Reborn. That's not the wrong. But, yeah. Because like a lot of people have external happiness items, like external happiness, meaning they have their nice car, they have a house, they have a good job, but that's all their external items. What about themselves, their internal happiness? That's why you see a lot of people are successful, but they're not happy because they haven't worked on their internal happiness all those years. They've been working on their external. Sure, everybody will look at them and go, wow, they must be happy with all that stuff. But within their head, they're not, because they haven't worked on it. So self-development within the mind is so important.
Yeah, how I like to look at it is, if you are someone who's miserable and then you win the lottery, now you're someone who's miserable with a lot of money. You know, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
Right? If you're someone who's an angry person, and then you win the lottery, right? Now you're an angry person with a lot of money. So you need to, look within and
definitely be a
work
step.
on those.
Like, they have the money, that could be a step to help them have time to start concentrating on self-development, because a lot of people don't concentrate on self-development. It's usually kind of, work, go home, sleep, eat, entertainment. So yeah, self-development kind of courses, all that kind of stuff, just improving their own mental, like the emotional intelligence is very overlooked, very overrated.
I think it's something that many of us don't even prioritize,
A lot of us go through these dramatic situations in life where we kind of have no choice. So then once we go through those situations, and we learn and we grow from that. So it's definitely good to really understand all that. I don't know where I was going with that.
I like it.
I'm just thinking of pizza. I think I need some pizza.
Think of pizza. Oh wow!
I guess we can go back into time of oneself. Like, today is the oldest. There's a quote: "Today is the oldest you ever been, and the youngest you ever be again." So, what are you waiting for? Like, just decide what you want to do and go do it.
Yeah. Wow. Just do it. Like Nike.
Just do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so discomfort, we talked about that, talked about rejection, talked about a bit about your history and how you went on the path. So I guess my question to you is the final question, right? Get ready. How has your life changed ever since you went down that path, like to where you are now? And you look at your life at the moment, reflecting. What do you think about it?
I definitely have more fines. Jokes.
More fines.
Well, the thing is, the thing I saw a long time ago is a lot of self-reflection and procrastination was happening those days regarding self-development. And because of those significant flaws I was facing, if I didn't, like, my biggest fear is wasted potential. And if I didn't face a lot of those flaws, then I wouldn't be able to maximize my potential and push for all the goals and things I always wanted to do. I've always put it off. There's no, and then I realized there's no perfect moment of time. You just got to do it kind of now, kind of thing. We keep kind of structuring everything, and we keep trying to set up the most perfect situation, and then we do it, but then we look back and then it's just too late. That's why you just got to take action now. Just do it, and then a bit later, you look back and wow, I can improve it so many times. So the time of waiting, you could have done it so many times and become so much better. So yeah, my life has definitely improved so many ways. My mental well-being is bloody hell. Like, I wake up happy, like, I'm always positive, always happy, always willing to do stuff. So yeah, it's going good.
Wow, that's really awesome for you. Getting to be productive, getting to live your life, and you do some really exciting things.
Yeah, I try to do a lot of these things without money. So I'm always trying to, like, doing experiments and stuff. And I've been doing it for ages. I just never really recorded a lot of it because been just kind of be enjoying it, because I went off social media and off the grid for about 5 years. So I was off no technology, nothing for 5 years straight. And I just kind of like went on this huge self-development kind of thing. And yeah, but now I'm back on. Great to reconnect, because of one of my items on my list. I'm making a huge, like a bucket list kind of thing, making videos on each item. Is I think number 6? Yeah, number 6. Yeah, I got on the board there. Number 6 is to make a film with Nyon. So,
To make a film, okay.
yeah, and we did that, dude. That was our film.
Yeah, but we have much more to go, you know?
Yeah, we got
a lot of things.
Man, that was just
More ideas.
a stepping stone to something greater. Well, that is great. You can't compare it, because it has its own level. There is no level. That's perception.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm really happy that you helped me make this video today, and I really love talking to you and hearing your story, and stealing some of your wisdom. But yeah, thank you for that, Rico. And if anyone's interested, buy Rico's ebook.
I don't have an ebook, but
You don't have an ebook? You can make an ebook.
yeah. Well, I just thought of the name, 10 Steps of Mental Freedom.
10 Steps to Mental Freedom.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit corny, but I'll buy it. I'll look at it.
Fuck, that sounds a bit corny. Go home, Ron. Go home. Yeah, you're home.
Yeah, but anyways, thank you, Rico, and we'll catch up soon.
It has been a privilege to be on your show. Definitely a pleasure. Thanks for having me, and see you guys next time. Well, see you on next time. Peace.
All right, see ya.